Hello, my name is Sasha. Welcome back to another video and welcome back to this challenge of me posting a video every day for 2 months, just being unfiltered and improving my talks and content. So this is the third video doing this. The first two, I was tired, I did them at night. Now it's the morning, we're refreshed. Let's get it. So I want to talk about the digital nomad lifestyle. Because to me, it's very crazy that people see themselves doing a 9 to 5 or a regular job where you were stuck in one place. Not that there's something wrong with those jobs, but the fact of being tied down to one place, it's very unreasonable to me. Like, to have maybe a job in a restaurant or something on the side that you do temporarily. Like, I live in Montreal, which is in Canada, which is cold in the winter. So I tend to travel in the winters and stay there for the summers. So basically, if you have an actual job, well, maybe, I don't know, you have a few weeks of vacation per year, but then you're stuck there the whole year. You're stuck there for the winter, unless you quit. But if you want that to be your long-term job, well, that kind of sucks. And even if you live in a sunny place, a nice place, I feel like a few weeks of vacation per year, I feel like most places is what? You get 2 weeks per two weeks per year of vacation, even if it's a month. You know, you want to be able to move around and not necessarily be on vacation all the time, but work in those places, change environments. I like to stay in Mexico for the winters. I'm currently in Mexico. And yeah, I like to spend my summers in Montreal. And I can have a job which is like doing events, restaurant, or whatever job you want to say that is just a little job for money. But an actual long-term job, that's not reasonable to me. So for more long-term financial profitability, or for something that you actually want to invest your time in long-term, it has to be business. It has to be online, like content creation, or right now I'm doing video editing. I've gone to video editing. I've already been video editing for a long time. So I thought, okay, how can I monetize? Let's monetize the skill of video editing. Made my freelancing profiles on Upwork and Fiverr. I reached out to some people, and it's only been a few days now. And I've got a call with someone in 20 minutes to see if we're gonna be a good fit for me to edit his videos. Super hyped, you know. I think this is something nice because I've got some good video editing skills, and it's gonna be fun to do this. I never thought about doing this for money, but I'm gonna put in the work, do some outreaches, and see how it goes. This is one thing I'm committing to for the next 2 months, working on this almost every day and pushing forward with this. So if I can establish myself in somewhat of a video editing business, well, now whenever I want to go travel, whenever I want to move locations, well, I'm free to work from anywhere. And you've got a computer. It's like you're on vacation, but then you take a few hours of work. It's a beautiful lifestyle. You know, I'm not saying that, okay, you should be constantly moving from one location to the other. That can be quite overwhelming. I know this is what people think when they hear digital nomad, you know. Every few weeks you're moving from one location to the other, always traveling. But no, this just means that you have the freedom to change your location. So you can stay a few months in one area and a few months in another, or even you do half a year. You see what works for you. For me, that's summer, winter, maybe a bit more traveling. You know, I'm young, why not? But eventually I could definitely see that just being summer in one spot, winter in the other, and maybe one more different location. And to me, that doesn't sound like a lot, that seems pretty reasonable. But for most people, with their 2 weeks of vacation per year, that's all they got. And some people don't even travel, which is crazy to me, You realize these people are really stuck in a box and they don't even want to travel because they're just so used to their own lifestyle, so that they don't want to change, and it could really expand their mind. So yeah, digital nomad lifestyle, having your own online business, whatever it may be. It doesn't have to be an actual business, like making content is one thing I think is very beautiful, something I want to continue with because it's just an expression of yourself. Whatever you like, whatever hobby, you can express that through content creation. And if you never give up, if you keep on going, you can get to a point where you're good enough that you bring enough value, you bring enough entertainment, you improve those skills, and whatever you may do, it can bring monetary gain, and that's essentially freedom to keep doing what you love. So yeah, not stuck in one place. You got the freedom of schedule, and you're not tied to society in a way because if you have money, you have freedom. What do I mean by not tied to society? If you want to just stay away from people, just do your own thing on your computer. Like, you can be in the nature, in a cottage, somewhat off-grid, as long as you have Wi-Fi, I guess. And you can kind of escape society, quote unquote. But yeah, I don't know how I would elaborate on that one. This has been a nice talk. This is why I think everybody should at least have the option of working online. So even if you do have a job, when you want to travel, you want to have that option to work online for your freedom. Thank you for watching. Subscribe. I offer coaching. You can check that on the description. And now I'm also offering editing because I'm getting into that. You can message me on Instagram. Subscribe, and I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.